Hey guys, a lot has been happening since the last time we released a video on our channel. So today we're going to talk about Tesla's current position in the stock market. Are we going to see an improvement as time passes, or will we witness a more negative trajectory? Stay tuned as we figure it out. Now, Tesla's sales from its plant in Shanghai fell in February from January, following the pattern of other electric vehicle makers. But results were still good enough for the stock, considering that investors were ready for a small decline. We established that Tesla delivered 56,515 vehicles from its Chinese plant. That's about 33,000 were exported into Europe and 23,000 were sold in China. The results last month compare with 59,845 delivered in January. The export-domestic breakdown for that month was about 40,500 exported to Europe and 19,400 for local Chinese buyers. Well, Tesla typically exports more of its Shanghai production early in a quarter and sells more in China later in a quarter. That's been the pattern for many months, and the pattern repeated again in the first 2 months of 2022. Tesla's stock rose about 2.5% on March the 8th, closing at $824.40, while the S&P 500 and Dow Jones Industrial Average fell about 0.7% and 0.6%. The stock reaction shows that the Tesla numbers weren't too far off what investors expected. Results in February include the Lunar New Year holiday, which affects both sales and production. Combined deliveries for NIO, XPeng, and Li Auto in February came in at 20,770, down from 34,842 delivered in January. Tesla's February 2022 number increased more than 200% from the 18,318 sold out of the Shanghai plant in February 2021. The growth is impressive, but year-over-year comparisons aren't that meaningful. Tesla has grown production in China rapidly. Deliveries from the Shanghai plant have averaged about 58,000 units, below the record 73,000 delivered in December. So basically, deliveries will have to pick up if Tesla is to hit Wall Street delivery estimates. Tesla is on pace to deliver roughly 700,000 vehicles in China based on results from the first 2 months of the year. Analysts project Chinese deliveries for Tesla will come in between 800,000 and 900,000 vehicles. Coming into March 8th trading, Tesla stock was down about 24% year to date. Now, results haven't been the biggest headwind, but market trading has. The Nasdaq Composite Index has dropped almost 18% year to date as rising interest rates, inflation, and the European war have all hit investor sentiment. The war has affected Tesla stock in very many ways. It's not just about deliveries and the stock market. Now, according to an email that the company sent to employees in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa region, Ukrainian Tesla employees who are asked to return to defend their country will receive pay for at least 3 months. It wasn't clear from the email whether this benefit would be extended to employees in North America and elsewhere. After 3 months, Tesla plans to reassess the Russia-Ukraine war and their employee situations to decide what more will be needed. It all dates back to when Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called up reservists to fight back in February, ahead of the anticipated invasion. In the email sent on the 12th day after Russia invaded Ukraine, Tesla employees were also praised for helping SpaceX, the aerospace venture also led by Tesla CEO Elon Musk, to bring its Starlink satellite internet service to Ukraine. Among other things, Tesla's energy team assembled and provided lithium-ion battery energy storage systems known as Tesla Powerwalls to run Starlink equipment in Ukraine. Tesla employees used inverters and charging cables that were donated by Tesla's certified installers in the area to assemble the Starlink and Powerwall systems. They also fashioned AC cables from scrap at Tesla's new factory being built outside of Berlin to help power Starlink equipment. Now, although Tesla doesn't operate in Ukraine, the company said in the email that about 5,000 Tesla owners in the country and other EV drivers could obtain free vehicle charging at some of its supercharger stations in Poland, Hungary, and Slovakia. Well, Tesla is not alone in navigating impacts to employees and its own business in the wake of the Russian war on Ukraine. Automakers such as General Motors and Ford in the U.S. moved quickly to suspend their business in Russia following the country's invasion of Ukraine. Stellantis announced on March 2nd that it had established a support team that would operate around the clock to support and monitor the health and safety of the company's 71 Ukraine-based employees. So just like Tesla, other companies are also trying to ensure that the needs of their Ukraine-based employees are catered for. Now, we don't really know when the Russia-Ukraine war will end, but for now, all we can do is assess its impact on Tesla stock. Musk signaled that the adoption of electric models and a wider shift to renewable energy couldn't be accelerated fast enough to shield consumers from higher prices in the short term. Obviously, this would negatively affect Tesla, but according to Musk, sustainable energy solutions simply cannot react instantaneously to make up for Russian oil and gas imports. His tweets came with the Biden administration now weighing a ban on U.S. imports of Russian crude oil after earlier rebuffing the idea, according to people familiar with the matter. Oil industry leaders in the U.S. are also calling for support to boost production. Oil capped its biggest weekly gain on record March 11th, while commodities from crops and metals to gas have also surged on the impact of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So the war has had its toll on many stocks in the market, but even with oil prices surging, EV stocks haven't been spared. Well, that still won't stop Tesla from improving and even doing better than last year in 2022. For starters, after a multitude of back and forth for many months, the government of Brandenburg has published an official press release stating that Tesla's Giga Berlin was granted final environmental approval. We mentioned in one of our prior videos that Tesla had received approval but couldn't begin production. The news wasn't yet official, but now it is. The state of Brandenburg provided Tesla with a document explaining the next steps it must take to begin producing vehicles for the public. Now, the massive approval documents provide details related to Tesla's plans to manufacture 500,000 vehicles per year at the factory, as well as information about the automaker's wastewater treatment, fire equipment, production of battery cells, and various warehouses, workshops, and labs. Although it took 2 years to reach the final environmental approval status, it was actually quick in comparison to previous approvals in Germany. So we should see an increase in Tesla production and deliveries in 2022. Eventually, this will translate in higher returns and an increase in Tesla's stock valuation. As the Berlin plant ramps up, the Shanghai plant presumably will export far fewer Model Ys to Europe, though Model 3 shipments will likely continue. While Tesla capacity is set to soar, it has no major new markets to enter or any new vehicles in the near future. Meanwhile, overall auto production should rebound in 2022, with EV output surging, especially in crossovers. New U.S. EV credits would provide another Tesla demand boost at home, but that hasn't happened yet, and there's a risk that Congress won't approve them. But then Tesla is more than just a common EV company. One of Tesla's most important and most controversial products relates to its self-driving efforts, notably autopilot and full self-driving. FSD has been a key revenue driver and brand builder. If Tesla is able to create a cheap, vision-only system that is fully autonomous everywhere and anywhere, the payoff is going to be enormous. But then regulators could step in, forcing major changes, restricting or barring Tesla's driver assist systems. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is stepping up oversight versus the EV giant, mandating a number of recalls in recent months. However, when have we ever seen Elon Musk backing out of a challenge? Both consumers and investors should expect Tesla to pull a trump card in 2022. We believe Tesla stock will rise again, especially if all the company's 2022 plans materialize. What do you think? Let us know via the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.